What a beautiful evening for football from Frankfort. Welcome to the Hot Dog Network, ISC Sports Networks. Frankfort, Danville. A couple Sagamore teams getting ready to kick it off in just over 6.5 minutes time. Tonight's game is brought to you by Frankfort Eagles, 976. They are people helping people. Dayangenda Funeral Home, proud supporters of high school athletics in Clinton and Carroll County. Healthy Communities of Clinton County, making the healthy choice the easy choice. And Fiberhawk, fast, affordable Fiberhawk. Today's pregame show is brought to you by Healthy Communities of Clinton County, making the healthy choice an easy choice. And Bob Meslam alongside Jonathan Mathis trying to decipher all of these choices we have to talk about here today. Both of these teams have had to make choices at quarterback because their original starters were both banged up.
Yes, that's a good point. Jonathan, it's good to be here. What a wonderful night here in Frankfort. But for Frankfort, Doug Wood, their senior quarterback, got hurt in week 3, and they've replaced him by number 21, Dennis Barkley, who's playing well. On the other side, on Danville, they've had Connor Soper got hurt, and a freshman, Carter Ward, is doing very well. But the coach has been pleased with his poise and how he's grown up in the system.
What do you think about Frankfort's keys to today's game?
According to Coach Byers, Frankfort they have 3 keys. One, they want to be good with the small details. Unfortunately, they're on a 5-game losing streak. They want to turn, on offense, their 2-yard gains into 4, and on the flip side, hold Danville from a 4-yard gain to 2. And most importantly, they want to try to neutralize Danville's physicality.
How about what's Danville's keys for tonight's matchup? What would you say?
Coach Comer was a little worried it's a long road trip, so he wanted to make sure they start out with some high energy. He was also concerned make sure they continue to protect the ball. They have 0 fumbles from the line of scrimmage this year. I know I shouldn't have said that. And
that's the kiss of death.
Yeah, and also they're a pretty balanced attack.
So you also have down there, what do you think for both of these teams? What similarities do you see in this matchup for both of them?
Well, I think the key, Jonathan, is going to be, can Frankfort match Danville's physicality? Can Frankfort break through and get a takeaway here and there? And for Danville, will the freshman quarterback Carter Ward continue to play well?
That's what we're going to be seeing. On the flip side, a player to look out for, brought to you by the ISC Sports Network. Lives here is Lalo Castillo. You can call him Rolando. We'll call him Lalo. He does everything for the Hot Dogs.
Yes, he's probably on the all-name team as well. But he's a leading receiver, leading tackler, wide receiver, plays defensive back, special teams. So I'll be surprised if he's off the field at all tonight.
Looking at the history between these two teams, this will be the 26th ever meeting. I know that's a big number, 26. One more than 25. Danville has won 21 of the previous ones. They've won 9 straight. Frankfort hasn't won since 2013. And just 10 years ago, that was a 42-40 game back then. And Danville's offense of late has been just overwhelming. 46 points per game by the Warriors. And when you look at, Bob, this Warrior team, we talked about the keys, but what about them jumps out at you when you look at this Danville squad? Well,
Danville's got a lot of big-time athletes. I mean, they have people that are high jumping, wrestling, doing multi-sport. So they have an IU commit, and so they're a big-time size, especially in the 3A level.
Frankfort, you mentioned the 3-game losing streak. They have scored 12 points since August 25th. What about them jumps out at you where they have room for growth, potentially, hopefully here tonight?
Well, Coach Byers said his focus for the year has been hit to win. So they want to improve their physicality. They're not a very big ball club, Jonathan. And he was also concerned, he thinks they're getting better, but the consistency of performing at their best at all times. And he said that has improved, and especially in the very young offensive line. They made a few adjustments, and he has continued to see improvement there.
Tonight's officials are presented by Aaron's Flooring, offering luxury vinyl plank, carpet installation, and more. Visit aaronsflooringllc.com for more information or call 765-601-4145 for a free quote. There are your officials. Tracy Rosa is the crew chief, and then Trent Childers, Michael Foster, Dennis Marler, and Cameron Orbaugh will be our officials for tonight's game. The weather is fantastic. 73 is what it's at right now. There's a little bit of wind out of the east, but it looks pretty clean for the rest of it. No chance of rain. Beautiful evening for football here in the Gem City, Frankfort, Indiana. And we have kickoff just momentarily. You see the captain's just meeting. Bob, what's it like? You're getting ready for Week 7. Sectionals are looming. No time like the present.
No. That's what Coach Comer said earlier today. They are prepping for the tournament as we speak, in practice as well as in games, and they'll continue to do that for the next 2-3 weeks. Frankfort, the same thing. I think Frankfort has more of an upside from an improvement standpoint, and then Danville just wants to continue to steadily get better as they head into the tournament.
Danville finds himself in second place in the Sagamore. They are 3-1 in conference, although it's interesting, their offensive numbers are not typically what you see with Danville. They have the fifth highest scoring offense in the Sagamore out of 8 teams, averaging 25.7 points per game. Now, they played a tough schedule.
And Jonathan, to that point, they've given up 110 points. So even though they're 4-2, they've scored 154 points, and they've given up 110 points.
So back, getting ready to roll. Teak Tankersley is back to receive for Danville. He's had a strong season back there, a very versatile player. Danville really loves him.
Yeah, he's their leading receiver and one of the 3 running backs that rotate in through the system.
Garrick Berg will be kicking it off, and we're about to get underway from Frankfort. Burge tries a little chipper, looking for almost an onside. It'll be Danville taking over at the 40. So Frankfort right out of the gate being aggressive, trying to get the ball back right off the kick, but unsuccessfully. Danville ball.
Yeah, there was a little delay, so I think they almost gave it away.
Danville starting, we mentioned him in the very beginning of the open, freshman quarterback Carter Ward having to play in place of Connor Soper, who got hurt. And Carter's played well. He's 36 of 59, 61% passing, 478 yards through the air, looking for more, and he's got it. How about that for an opening salvo? Touchdown Warriors. 60 yards to Caden Collins.
Well, you know what? He had a lot of time. He was able to get behind the defensive back, and what a wonderful pass by the freshman. So we have a 60-yard touchdown pass on the first play of the game.
He slipped by Darren Barkley, the sophomore cornerback, cousin of Frankfort's starting quarterback.
And Caden Collins is one of the premier athletes on this Danville team.
So on for the 2-point conversion. Both of these teams don't really kick it very often.
I look for a little misdirection here, Jonathan.
They'll throw instead, inside cut, and a grab by Jace Grafton. 8-0 Danville, 12 seconds into this game.
Yes, Scrafton he ran a little slant there. He's 6'5", 215, and according to Coach Comer, a phenomenal athlete.
You mentioned Coach Comer. Jamie Comer is 4th year at Danville, 30-12, has seen a lot of successful seasons with the Warriors. James Byers for Frankfort in his 6th season. looking for the first win against Danville. That Warriors opening shot, if they're looking to keep on their P's and Q's and dialed in, they were more than dialed in. They were a perfect clock on that first play of the game.
Well, you know what? I think Danville was a little bit prepared for the onside kick because they had 2 or 3 kids around the ball to jump on it. And then, when you start out your own 40, you only have 3/5 of the field to go, and they did it in one play.
Dakota Fisher, Garrick Burge, and Lalo Castillo, our player that we were planning to watch for, are back to return the not opening kick, but first kick by Danville. Frankfort's turn. It'll be Castillo. Trying the middle of the field and tried to duck under a Danville defender to no avail, and that is where Frankfort will start at about their 26-yard line. Dennis Barkley, the unusual quarterback number 21, which I like. I wore 21 my playing days. Caleb Boggs, the running back. You already just saw Lalo Castillo, the leading receiver. Garrick Burge has put up some big numbers as well. Dakota Fisher is one of the starting receivers. Without Keaton Myers tonight, that is a huge blocking presence for Frankfort, and they will be going without him. And so it is Barkley on 1st and 10. And flags.
Yeah, I don't know if they were changing the play there, but or the center didn't hear the count because 2 or 3 linemen moved.
That's the one when you're watching the NFL, they'll say everyone but the center, but it always means it's the center's fault in that case. We don't want to say who it was. No. But from a little bit further back, 1st and 15, they hand it to Boggs, and he runs into a impenetrable wall.
Well, if you noticed on the kickoff and also on the first play, there are a lot of Danville kids around the ball. And Coach Comer talked about they have a gang tackle mentality, so everybody to the ball. But there were 5 or 6 kids there that stopped that play for no gain or maybe a loss.
Lost 3 on the play. 2nd down and 18 for Frankfort. A little wide for Barkley. Reined it in, and that was well short. Trying to get it to Garrick Burge. That play was blown up immediately. This pressure, Bob, from Danville, that time led by Braylon Krager, is shown up. It's showed off the bus and ready to go.
Yes, he has nice size for a high school defensive end, and he got in there without much interference at all.
3rd and 17 on the scoreboard. Barkley caught by Burge, and he didn't fool anyone. Snuffed out by Carter Pruitt, the junior outside linebacker, 6 foot, 175, and nimble like a cat.
Yeah, unfortunately, he passed a little behind him. He had to turn around, delay, and gave Danville a great opportunity to get up there and make the tackle.
It's out to punt for Frankfort is Doug Wood, and Doug Wood has dealt with some concussions. He was the starting quarterback for Frankfort, but got banged up, and he's just out for this punting situation. And he just gets it away. It's a tumbler, and it's touched by Danville. That's Frankfort ball.
Yeah, Miller didn't have a good read on the ball from the beginning. It was almost like a knuckleball punt, and it dropped about 3 or 4 yards in front of him, and he didn't come up quick enough. Frankfort did a great job of getting down, covering the punt, and then had 3 or 4 kids there ready to pounce on it.
So fooled Cole Miller and almost worked out as a deep pass on 4th down. So fresh change of downs for the Hot Dogs. Looking for their first down of the game. A little wide of Barkley. Corrals it, has a man, but sailed it over Colby Dean.
Yeah, once again, he's not getting much time back there to throw, so they're going to have to rely on quick passes. In fact, Coach Byers, during our conversation, Jonathan, said one of the keys today is make sure they get the ball out quick on passes, but he's been rushed in all 3 attempts.
He's had a couple difficult snaps, too. He's been able to recover for those well. 2nd down and 10. This goes between his legs, though, and Barkley tried to pick it up. It's still free. And we'll see who ends up with it. Danville was on the spot, and it's recovered by Frankfort. Heads up play by Boggs, and they changed it as Danville football. Boggs gave a good shot at it, a good effort, but it is the Warriors who have the ball and are taking over. So Frankfort able to get the 1st down off of the fumble, the muffed punt, and now off of an errant snap, Danville football knocking on the door.
Yeah, on a snap like that, you just got to get on the ball. Youngster tried to pick it up, and he was swarmed by 2 or 3 Danville people, and hence now they're knocking on the door almost in the red zone.
Carter Wood, 1 for 1 and a touchdown. He's got Colton Mosley, one of his lead running backs. He's in there right now. They throw it, and this time it's errant. Looking for Trey Ross. Correction, Caden Collins. He's the man who caught that touchdown pass, and now Ward is.
Johnson, that was a play was a little similar to the 2-point conversion, but he did not wait for him to clear the linebacker to throw the pass. Therefore, he had some Frankfort kids in the way.
They hand it off. Up back, Ethan Wooten. A little gain.
Yeah, Ethan is one of the 3 running backs by committee. They have Ethan Wooten, Colton Mosley, and the other one is Tanksley. And Coach said they would rotate all 3 of those backs tonight.
I've got Robinson back there now.
They have trips
Sean
to the right.
Robinson, the running back. They fake it to him, looking end zone, Ward, and Scrafton plucks it off the top shelf. 21 yards.
Well, Scrafton, I believe he's about 6'5", and those were very good hands for that young man. And quarterback did a great job of putting the ball up there, and it was a little bit of a mismatch on that jump ball.
He made it look so easy. Scrafton, a basketball player, and Jamie Comer thinks very highly of him, sees a potential D1 type talent. Time will tell there. They hand it to Mosley, and he's hit hard and driven backwards. Danville does not convert. They were stuffed.
2-point conversion is no good.
That was Caleb Boggs who stood up tall.
Well, that was if Coach Byers is looking to improve on their physicality, that play was the most physical play they've had all night.
Tonight's game is brought to you by Frankfort Eagles 976, serving the community since 1905. With over 900 members locally, Frankfort Eagles offers something for everyone. For more information on who they are and what they do, visit FOE.com or stop by Frankfort Eagles at 408 North Main Street in Frankfort. I'll tell you, the Eagles might be soaring, but Scrafton, he was soaring on that pass towards the end zone.
Yeah, he did a nice tightrope to get in the corner of the end zone right inside the pylon.
3 plays, 24 yards for Danville. They're about to kick it back off to Frankfort. We'll see what the Hot Dogs can muster here on what will be their technically 3rd drive. Castillo. There are a lot of white jerseys around him, and down he goes.
Well, I don't know if we can take a look at that on the replay, but look at the white jerseys. 1, 2, 3, 4. There's almost all Danville around that Castillo.
Liam Jeffries, I believe, on the tackle for Danville.
He had a lot of friends helping him, Jonathan.
He did. He had a lot of options. Barkley hands it off to Boggs, and Boggs is engulfed. Might have lost a yard on the play.
Yeah, the line of scrimmage moves towards Frankfort on every play, whether they're on offense or defense. But if you look at the size of the Danville line, both offensively and defensively, there's a huge disparity.
Boggs now 2 carries, lost 3 yards between them. They've got good size on that Danville front. Gregory Cade just a force up the middle. That ball caught by Castillo, and Frankfort is moving backwards. 2nd down after a loss on the play. Loss of 3.
Yeah, they got the ball out quick, but they were not able to convert any yardage on that.
Now 3rd down and 13 for Frankfort. This becomes a test for the Hot Dogs, averaging 10.7 points per game, and they had a very encouraging result first time out, but they do play a tough schedule, especially in this Sagamore Conference. Quick hitter, but short hopped to Castillo, and now it's 4th down and 13 for the Hot Dogs, and you think out will come Doug Wood to do the punting.
Yeah, unfortunately, he had a little bit more time that time than he's been accustomed to, but I don't think he realized it. Hurried the throw, and they could have picked up 2-3 yards, but they were nowhere close to the 1st down.
You have to be impressed. This Danville defense, Bob, is been strong here first quarter up the front. They've covered well. They're fast. Wood barely gets it away. And it will trickle out at about the 35-yard line, 36-yard line of Frankfort. So Danville, good field position, looking to add to their 2-touchdown lead.
You're going to be curious to see if Danville starts running the ball. They've talked about a balanced attack. They're averaging about the same passing and running throughout the season, but let's see if they start running the ball.
So 1st and 10 for Danville. Carter Ward, 2 touchdown passes today. It has Collins. Yet again, Caden Collins gets a 1st down. He has had a very impressive start to this game, the 6'3" senior receiver. Collins, a 3-sport athlete for Danville. He's the high jumper. He jumped 6'9", was his peak. He was 5th best in the state of Indiana a year ago in the high jump. Just an incredible athlete. Ward, Collins again. Why not? Caden Collins weaving through. He didn't have to hurdle anybody, but he works his way inside the 15 for another 1st down for Danville.
Jonathan, they're just playing pitch and catch. This is like you play in the backyard.
Back-to-back 11-yard gains for Danville and Caden Collins. And you think what Carter Ward has had to deal with, just be a freshman taking over a quarterback of a football team, that's tough enough. Nice run up the middle, breaking a tackle towards the end zone, and in goes Sean Robinson, the senior runner, one of those three, that Hydra for Danville, and he made it look easy.
Yeah, he got a lot of help there, especially by Evan Lawrence, number 55, the left tackle. Got a great block at the line of scrimmage and pushed his man back 5-6 yards. I don't know if we mentioned, but Evan is already committed to IU.
We have not mentioned. It kind of speaks testament to this Danville program as they hand it off. Snaking in, making a good 2-point conversion was Mosley. But here's that replay of that 2-point conversion.
Yeah, I believe Danville, according to Coach Comer, has 10 young men playing college football at various levels, from D1, D2, D3.
Yeah, Lawrence, a basketball player, and they said he was a puppy on the O-line because just his relative inexperience of playing it exclusively. Now, he's played O-line for a long time, but this is the first year he's been playing O-line solo, which has let him really perfect his technique.
Well, it helps to be 6'7", 255 to work on your technique.
It does. You have the measurables, that's for sure.
Hopefully on this, well, at least for Frankfort's standpoint, is, they can slow down the kickoff team from Danville, because on the last couple kickoffs, the ball carrier has looked up and seen 5, 6, 7, 8 white jerseys just as he's catching the ball. So we'll have to see if they can stop some of that penetration.
Cole Miller, the junior kicker, will ready himself. 22-0 Danville. Warriors have looked as sharp as that arrowhead on their logo. Castillo has the momentum. Cuts up field. Nice return. Close
nice
to the 30.
Move. Nice move by that young man.
Another peek at it. Good run by Lalo. And now we'll see what Danville can do there. So far, they've only moved backwards offensively. They lost 27 yards here this first quarter. Dennis Barkley, the quarterback, hands it off to Boggs up the middle. A hit immediately, just coming right down in.
Yeah, they're going to be tough. It's going to be tough for them running the ball here. If you notice the size that Danville has up front, and they're just running a basic, 4-3. They're not blitzing, and they're making it very difficult at the line of scrimmage. That
was Braden Hahn on the tackle, the senior. He's got 6 tackles for a loss entering today, and I believe it after seeing that one.
Now they're in a 4-4.
Barkley gets it out, caught by Castillo, stays on his feet, and just fights for every inch he can get.
What a good catch.
What
a good catch.
Man, to have hamstrings and like that.
Back in the day.
Very elastic. So it's 3rd down and 6.
Well, let's see what Coach Byers pulls up on his play sheet to see if they can pick up this first down for the night.
I've got those 3 receivers to the top of your screen. Barkley under center, 1 step back. Burge looks to throw. Couldn't get it to Castillo. It was there.
Boy, it was.
It was read well by Chase Denton, who was breaking back on the ball, but just not quite able to get it to Castillo.
They did have Danville fooled.
Out comes the punt team. 3:13 frozen on the first quarter scoreboard as Garrick Burge waiting to punt. Garrick Burge, aspiring broadcasters, called a couple soccer games here at Frankfort. Boots it away. It's a tumbler. And here comes the return. A nice move, hit from behind and taken down.
Guess who made the tackle? I'll give you two guesses.
Was it Lalo Castillo?
Oh, my gosh. The guy's offense, defense, special teams. Young man's had a good game.
He certainly has. Tonight's game is brought to you by Day and Genda Funeral Homes, where they believe in putting family first. An active member in the community, they know that when dealing with loss, seeing a familiar face being treated like family is important. Day and Genda Funeral Homes will serve you and your family in a unique and loving way and will provide the care you need. Quick hitter Scrafton scampers on through. Scrafton stays on his feet and is down at the 10. 41 yards.
Yeah, that was a nice play that developed over the middle.
First and 10 for Danville. Ball spotted on the Frankfort 11.
And guess who made the tackle again?
Lalo Castillo.
I think we're going to be saying his name a lot tonight.
I believe so. By the way, for more information about the services Day and Genda Funeral Homes offers, please visit dayandgenda.com. And is spelled out in that case, A-N-D. Nice run here on first down. Good scamper on the play by Ethan Wooten.
Once again, the running back committee has taken over, and they're making some big holes up front, and the offensive line continues to surge downfield.
Robinson has run for a touchdown. That's the second carry by Wooten, a couple carries by Mosley. It's been very balanced back there for Danville in the running back spot. 90 seconds to go here, first quarter. Robinson is repelled. There's your man, Lalo Castillo, in on the tackle.
That was a wonderful play by the defense on Frankfort. They met him at the line of scrimmage and didn't allow him to fall forward into the end zone.
We got two. First and goal for the Warriors of Danville. Scrafton all by himself up there, top of your screen.
I look for him to run over number 55 on the left tackle. Let's see what happens.
They go right. Yeah, they do. They do exactly that. And into the end zone goes Colton Mosley for his first rushing touchdown of the year.
Yeah, that would be called a pancake block. He just got a little bit of leverage, laid on the kid, and then opened the door wide open for the end zone.
It was a very thin pancake.
Yes. Yeah.
So 28-0, 49 and 7/10 seconds. Danville going for two. Now they're not trying to run up the score here. This is Danville just always goes for two. Some teams do that. Frankfort does. Pitch out. Open window, and through it goes Wooten. 30-0 Danville.
Jonathan, I think that's the first tackle tonight Castillo's missed.
He's in on everything.
You know what? He has done everything tonight for the Frankfort Hot Dogs. Speaking of hot dogs,
oh yeah,
I was down there before the game. I've coached a lot of years, and you look at the hot dogs and the popcorn in different places. They have the best looking hot dogs I've seen in 25 years of coaching.
That was 4 plays and 51 yards in 2 minutes 10 seconds. But I mean, that's a lot of hot dogs you've been able to consume, and
yeah,
I think it's fitting. It's fitting that Frankfort would have the best hot dogs.
Yeah, I used to think Terre Haute South had the best, but I'm going to get one of those take home.
I don't think Terre Haute South. I mean, Frankfort's named the hot dogs. They should.
I know that. I'm just telling you, those are great looking hot dogs.
Well, they've got good looking hot dogs, great looking hot dog logo. 49 seconds to go, first quarter. Warriors looking great. Thanks for joining us here on the Hot Dog Network and ISC Sports Network. Danville's gained 181 yards this quarter. Castillo's been the main return man, and it's him again. He bobbled it, tries to regather, misses one, misses two, does not get by the third, but he does get the ball across the 20-yard line, which is where Dennis, Barkley, and Carew will take over for the Hot Dogs. Barkley so far 2 for 6. One of those completions went for a loss of 3, the other one on a gain of 4.
The youngster hadn't had much time, and then when he's had time, he's rushed his throws, and you start hearing those footsteps because they've been there almost every play.
Boggs eaten up in the middle. That defensive front for Danville, Trey Ross, Greg Cade, Braden Hahn, Braylon Krager, linebackers Carter Pruitt, Stephen Webb, Andrew Smith, they are everywhere.
Yeah, there's not much room to run there.
And Bob, it might look like we're going to the second quarter, my man.
I think Frankfort's going to let the clock run out.
So to the second quarter we will go. Man, what is there to say? Danville's first quarter was outstanding. 30-0 over Frankfort. Going to the second here on the Hot Dog Network.
Why are interscholastic sports called the last classroom of the day? Because they teach students important life lessons like teamwork, accountability, and perseverance. School sports are so much more than a game. They're about developing the whole person. That's why they're an essential part of every student's education.
Encourage your student to participate in the last classroom of the day. Interscholastic sports in Indiana. This message presented by the IHSAA and the Indiana Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
Frankfort Eagles 976 has bingo every Wednesday night. Early birds beginning at 6 p.m. and regular bingo starting at 7 p.m. Packets are $25 and includes every game you need to play. They also have Saturday bingo the first Saturday of every month, with early birds starting at 4 p.m. and regular bingo starting at 5 p.m. Big game payouts each game with 3 to 4 chances to win different jackpot games each day. Great for individuals or groups because everyone enjoys winning lots of money. You must be 18 years or older to play.
Healthy Communities of Clinton County is committed to reduce the risk factors contributing to chronic disease, including health disparities by decreasing stigma and encouraging positive changes. HCCC is here for the community with systems of care navigators, insurance assistance, prenatal classes, mental health programs, substance use prevention, and more. To help make the healthy choice the easy choice, contact us at 659-6063 or through our website, healthyclintoncounty.org.
Second down and 12 for Frankfort, looking to get something positive going here to begin the second quarter. All Danville in that first quarter. Alongside Bob Meslin, I'm Jonathan Mathis. Barkley drops a snap and was crushed. They're going to say the ball was out. He was throwing it.
I know. I think they're going to call. He fumbled it and recovered it himself, and then it was knocked loose on the ground.
Yeah, Porter Prather was pouncing. Loss of 5 on the play. We'll see where Frankfort turns to here on 3rd and long. Blitz comes in, flicks it out. Bain has dropped the ball. It's rolling, it's scooped up, and Danville scored. Eli Exline.
Yeah, that was a wonderful tackle by number 51, Andrew Smith, who's one of their senior linebackers, and I don't know. I didn't see who picked it up and ran into the touchdown, but they only had to go a couple, 3 yards.
I think it was X-Line who scooped it and scored it. Smith, not only a senior on the team, he's the leader of the defense for Danville.
Tonight they have a lot of leaders.
They do, and they've been playing very well. Danville looking for that 2-point conversion. The pitch out and runs over his own man into the end zone. Goes Danville. Braylon Krager gets the 2-point conversion, 38-0. Healthy communities of, I always do that. I always mix up counties and communities. Either way, Healthy Communities of Clinton County, the coalition is committed to reducing the risk factors contributing to chronic disease, including health disparities, by decreasing stigma and encouraging policy, system, and environmental changes. The vision of Healthy Communities is to make the healthy choice the easy choice. For more information, visit healthyclintoncounty.org. I tell you what, Bob, there were a lot of C's. There are a lot of C's in that read.
You know, as long as you're talking about healthy stuff, I don't think people care whether it's a healthy community or a healthy county. So I think you're good.
It could be both. You could have a healthy county that impacts the communities in Clinton County.
You got it.
Either way, you should go visit healthyclintoncounty.org, and you will learn everything about making your community and your county, especially if it's Clinton, completely, colossally healthy.
Yeah, Castillo almost made the tackle there on the 1 or 2 yard line, but the running back from Danville just rolled right into the end zone for the 2-point conversion.
146 yards through the air for Danville, 38 on the ground for the Warriors. Returnable as it checks up a little bit for Castillo. He scampers through. Oh, man, he almost was able to break free.
Return by number 3, Lalo Castillo. First and 10.
You know, it's been, Jonathan, even though there's been a lot of scoring, it's been a pretty clean game. I think we've only had one penalty, which early on was a illegal shift.
First play of the game.
5 yards, but other than that, it's been a pretty clean game.
Yeah, that penalty, that was the very first one by play of the game for Frankfort. That first play of the game by Danville went 60 yards from the freshman quarterback Carter Ward to the senior receiver Caden Collins. Barkley at quarterback took over the role in week 3 to the injury to Doug Wood, and this one looking for Burge and almost intercepted by Chase Denton. And, you know, that pass might be haunting Denton's dreams. He was so close to an interception.
Yeah, it just hung up a little bit too long for him, but the young man for Frankfort, Barkley, he had a little bit of time that time, but he's going to have to start stepping into his throws. He's thrown off the back foot. Where his misses have been almost all have been short.
I was going to say, it seems like a lot of arm and not engaging the lower body, which is underrated in all sports that involve the throwing. Boggs gets back to the line of scrimmage. If you think about it in baseball, most of the big throws, you have a good firm foundation to make the throw. If you're going to be throwing, unless you're Aaron Rodgers, when he's healthy, then good foundation to throw it from.
Well, all three of the big sports, football, basketball, baseball, it's all legs, whether you're defensive back, a shortstop, a point guard. The stances are all similar.
That'll be 3rd down and 10 for Frankfort. Ticking close to 10:30 to go here in the second quarter. Barkley, Burge has some room to the inside and is able to push it forward to about the 38. Gain of 5 on the play.
I could see Frankfort going for this here. They need to generate a little momentum because their last punt was only maybe 10, 15 yards.
And decisions made by Cormac Jewell, the offensive coordinator for the Hot Dogs. You see Burge does a little bit of everything. Also the senior class president, really good at running the hurdles. Off the gain of 5, the Hot Dogs on 4th and 5. Tipped and intercepted. Danville whirling across the 40-yard line. Had a beat on it, Cam McMahon. Tip drill.
Yeah, that ball hung up there just long enough for that youngster to get his hands on the ball.
I guess that goes to the point you were making where you want to see, and this is all learning moments. Barkley's a sophomore, which is very young for a starting quarterback in state, but we want to be able to see him drive that ball more. Mosley got a little bit. Gain of 3 on the play. And it'll be 2nd down and 7.
3-yard gain on the play. Stop made by number 44, Josh Ortiz.
Well, we'll have to see if Danville sticks to the ground game here. They've been throwing the ball most of the evening. I think they've only got maybe 45, 50 yards rushing.
They've usually run the ball close to the goal line. This one, a towering one, and almost boxed out by Darren Barkley was that intended receiver, Grayson Wilson.
Yeah, that was the same play they scored on the first play of the game, which was I believe was a 60-yard pass. This one only had to go about 35 yards, but the defensive back did a wonderful job of being between him and the ball and the receiver and the quarterback.
Dusk has fallen upon us here at Frankfort, Indiana, and Ethan Wooten could be a little short of a first down. It's 4th down for Danville.
That was a nice tackle, 101 by number 50 for Frankfort.
That's Julio Rivero. Julio Rivero, interesting guy, Bob. He's went to boot camp over the summer. After graduation, going to join the Army, straight into the Armed Forces after he graduates at Frankfort. So that's the type of guy you want to see in the Army, making those tackles. 4th and short. And stopped on the play. Jackson Woods, the junior. A big bear hug of Mosley and a turnover on downs.
What a wonderful tackle by that young man. I believe that's the first time Frankfort stopped him tonight.
And they stepped up and kept battling. First quarter was all Danville, but Frankfort keeping it relatively even here in the second. Boggs bogged down right at the line of scrimmage. Didn't get past the 30-yard line. Might have lost a yard. Lost 2.
Yeah, you talked about the versatility of some of these kids. Frankfort has 6 of their players in the pep band for basketball games. And Evans Machara played the Wizard in the Wizard of Oz in the school play.
He was also part of the anthem.
Oh, goodness.
He was part of the choir singing in the anthem. Multi-talented guy, Evans Matura. Track, musical, both at the same time. 2nd and 11. Boggs has some running room, and he's a big fella. Still moving to the 40. Gain of 10. Best play of the day by Frankfort.
You talk about Boggs' size. He's 6'1", about 200 pounds, and he got into that crease real nicely. they were fortunate that they stopped him, a couple feet short. And let's see if they are able to pick up this first down.
3rd and 1 for Frankfort. A ground ball snap, and that was right into the ground in front of Dakota Fisher. So 4th and 1, and you'd think if Frankfort went for it on 4th and 4, they'll probably go for it again here.
Yeah, it's too bad, Dad. They've struggled with the snap tonight, and the snap bounced on the ground and the pass bounced on the ground.
Just low on all aspects.
I think I would just give the ball to Boggs here and see what he could do. He only needs – they're going to an empty backfield, so it's going to be a quick pass to somebody.
And Frankfort spreads it. Barkley trying and is not going to get there. He's going to be short. Might have lost a yard on the play. That'll be Danville ball. He lost a yard on it. Danville takes over, Bob.
Yeah, that was a nice call, but it was better defense. So we've traded 4th downs here, 3 times? Frankfurt's gone for it twice, and Danville's gone for it once, and now I get the ball back on the 39-yard line, and still we're not even midway through the second quarter.
And that Danville defense has been tough all year. They're only allowing 18 points per game, 18.3 points per game, short gain there. They're allowing 285 yards total as a team, which are outstanding numbers as a defense.
Yeah, especially because they're scoring a lot of points. So, their offense gets on the field, scores, and gets off.
Mosley got a couple, 2nd down and 8. Pitch out, Wooten. Got some blockers. And a 1st down for Danville. Nicely done by the Warriors.
Yeah, John, that was a well-designed play. Look at this. He has 1, 2, 3 blockers in front of him. He picks up 6-7 yards before he's even touched.
He gained 11 on the play, and Danville moving here midway through the second.
Tell you what's been impressive is the ball handling of the freshman quarterback, Carter Ward.
He's played really well. He's looked very poised out there. They try it near side. Robinson looks inside and will score. Sean Robinson, 26 yards. Every time he touches it, Bob, it's a touchdown, it seems.
Yeah, he got a couple of nice blocks on the both on the inside and the outside, and I believe that was maybe a 30-yard run.
26, to be precise. The 2-point conversion attempt for Danville. Pitch it outside and able to cruise on in is Braylon Krager.
2-point conversion run by number 28, Braylon Krager.
And that lets us talk about our this game, tonight's game, brought to you by Aaron's Flooring, offering luxury vinyl plank, carpet installation, and more. Visit aaronsflooringllc.com for more information or call 765-601-4145 for a free quote.
Well, a quick turn of events there. Frankfort was maybe, couple feet short of a first down on both 3rd and 4th down, and then 3 plays later, they Danville turns the corner for a 26-yard touchdown run.
Yeah, Danville has now gained 86 yards on the ground, 148 through the air. The Hot Dogs are 17 through the air, minus 32 on the ground. 21 yards lost via the sack. It's been all Warriors here in the first half.
Yeah, I don't know how many sacks Danville has tonight, but coming into tonight's game through the season, they had 18 sacks. So that's maybe 3 sacks a game.
That's a huge number. Remember, also tonight, Bob, is homecoming at Frankfort, so you might see a little bit more extra pink sprinkled in because the theme was Barbie, the movie, which I'm sure you're a big fan of.
Yeah, I that was back in my day. I was more of a Ken fan.
Yeah, well, that's they embrace the pink here for homecoming as we're back underway. Burge will run it. Burge is in trouble, and he goes down at the 20.
First and 10 for the Hot Dogs. Goal spotted on their own 20.
So, Jonathan, have you seen the movie Barbie?
I have not.
I have not either.
Why have you not seen it, Bob?
I don't know. Ken and Barbie were back in my day. I know my sisters played with Barbies all the time.
Well, it came out at the same time as the Oppenheimer one, and I saw that.
I'm 0 for 2. I'm 0 for 2.
If they combined the two movies, it would have been you would still have been aloof.
Yeah.
Ticking close to 5 minutes to go here in the first half. Dropped by Boggs, incomplete.
You know what? He had a little bit of running room, but took his eyes off the ball, and that's what happens.
Boggs, interesting. He was playing offensive line as a JV player as a sophomore, and then through how things go, he's the running back for the Hot Dogs. And I mean, we saw earlier this game he can be a very big load to bring down when he gets the ball in the open field. Brings physicality, both sides of the ball. Also a linebacker for Frankfort.
Great
Here's
catch.
Fisher.
Great catch. Right off the turf.
Close to a first down for Fisher and Frankfort.
Complete to number 12 to go to Fisher.
I know they're trying to get the ball out quickly, but when you go open backfield like that, it really takes the surprise element of what you're going to do. So the defensive line for Danville, Jonathan, they can rush the passer without even thinking about a run. They've had one quarterback draw, which they stuffed on the way in, but let's see if they can pick up this first down.
Good tackle by Eden Lowry on the play for Danville. Oh, it rolls backwards. Barkley has no other choice but to dive on it. Huge loss on third down, and the snaps continue to be an issue for these Frankfort Hot Dogs.
Well, the young man learned. In the first quarter, he tried to pick it up. There, he just jumped on it.
Oh, Doug Wood back to punt.
Yeah, it's unfortunate for them.
Loss of 14 on the play for Frankfort. As we're rolling under 4 minutes to go here in the first half.
I believe that the Danville returner is back about 5 to 10 yards too far based on how the punting has gone tonight.
Yeah, I think the play clock was running down. Timeout taken by Frankfort. Mulberry Telecommunications and the ISC Sports Network have partnered with Hot Dog TV to be the go-to place for live hot dog athletics. Catch your hot dogs all season long on the ISC Sports Network apps, social media platforms like X, Twitch, and YouTube to see events produced by Frankfort students in cooperation with the ISC. The ISC Sports Network's local lives here.
Yeah, Frankfort only had 10 players on the field. They were hollering for the 11th guy to go out there. But, you know, at the last two possessions, they've gone for it on fourth down. So if you're on the punt team and you're on the sideline, you're probably not paying as much attention as you should be.
It's just it's tough when you're the one. You're the one out there and have to take the timeout for it. 46 to nothing.
Yeah, you just hate down the sideline. Everybody's calling your name. You know, you're not the guy out there.
And sometimes it happens where you're looking around like, oh, well, who's supposed to be out there? Oh, no, it's me. Dang it. Well, everybody's out there now, we believe.
Yeah, I think this punt return guy needs to be up at least 5-10 yards.
Doug Wood to punt. It looked like it might have been tipped, but it's going to be down by Lalo Castillo.
First and 10 for Danville. Ball spotted
And he is everywhere.
35.
You know, if they have a dance tonight, he's going to be too tired.
He's been already doing the dancing.
Yeah.
He's been dancing through defenders. He's been dancing all on while playing defense.
Give the young man credit. He's played a whale of a ball game.
(33-39) to go here in the second quarter. New quarterback in and wide open, but the turf monster reached up and caught a victim, Carson Corwin, on the pass from Drew Rector.
Pass from number 1, Drew Rector, to complete to number 80.
Gain of 16 on the play,
Just wrong.
with the sophomore quarterback in, relieving the freshman.
Yeah, looks like Danville has a lot of second teamers in there, especially on the line.
Rector hands it off, trying to find a hole. Might take us a couple seconds to make sure we get everybody properly identified. It was Dalton Hood on the carry.
Run by number 49.
The biggest thing you notice with the second team offensive line is the size difference. Now they're both about the same size, the Frankfort defensive line and Danville's offensive line.
Rector hands it off to Hood, and he's repelled.
Run by number 49, Dalton Hood.
Loss a yard.
Stop made by number 25, Aaron Matura. Loss of 1 on the play. Third down.
Second and 8 on the play. Go inside 2 minutes. Rector over the middle. That's reined in.
That was a nice catch.
Gain of 6 on the play.
Pass
That was Mason Shipley on the grab.
to number 30, Ben Wu. Stop made by number 15, Garrett Bird.
Inside 90 seconds, and Danville moving. Some valuable experience here on a Friday night for a lot of second teamers. Drop by Rector, and he just has to get gobbled up by the defense. Tough spot to be in.
Well, let's see what Frankfort does. They have, 71 seconds here? See how it goes? I imagine they'll just run the clock and go in at halftime.
By the way, just 2 games left before the postseason. It's amazing how fast the football season goes. It's the regular season. Begins all the hope in August, and then just you blink a couple times, and here we are. Final game of September. Another low snap. Barkley trying to turn the corner. And he's going to fight back towards the line of scrimmage. The minute to go.
Run by number 21.
That's probably the 4th or 5th snap that's rolled back there, and he made the best of it there and picked up a couple yards.
So, timeout here. Bob, let's look. What have you seen? What's impressed you most about these two teams? Start with Danville. What has impressed you about what they've done here tonight?
I would say that their physicality at the line of scrimmage in both the running game and protecting that young man, the freshman back there passing. He has not been pressured at all. And what's happened is on both the offense and defensive line, it has moved in the direction that Danville wants to go. So I think their physicality has really impressed me. And as I mentioned in the pregame, that was one of the things that, Frankfort's coach was concerned about. Can we neutralize their physicality?
And so far, that's been tough. Frankfort, they've had moments, but they've been having difficulty stringing those together.
Yeah, there's only been a handful of highlights for Frankfort, whereas it'd be a highlight reel for Danville here in the first half.
A little wide for Barkley, over the middle. Castillo almost intercepted. Just a beat on it was Porter Prather.
So I believe Frankfort took their second timeout there, the play before. They only have one left because they had used one on a punt team. And we'll see what happens if they don't pick up this first down, if coach elects to let the clock run out or call another timeout.
Barkley 5 of 14 through the air for Frankfort so far tonight. They handed up the middle, and that is just the Warriors engulfed. Boggs on the play. We see a whistle and a timeout taken by Danville. By the way, Bob, I always like to, for all games, I like to just look into the past, what has gone on in history on a certain day. And today,
the ultimate numbers guy.
You never know what's gone on. So this is September 29th, if I'm not mistaken. If you're watching this into the future, looking back on this game, it's September 29th is what we're talking about. And there are a couple things I thought was pretty neat. On this date in 1920, Bob,
I'm with you.
A young fella by the name of Babe Ruth hit the then record home runs in a season, 54. He was 25 years old and hit 54 home runs. As the clock it ran out, and it's halftime.
I don't know how that happened, but now, I'm not talking about Babe Ruth, but after a timeout, how's the clock run out?
Well, it ran.
Gone.
I think the ref called a running clock, and so we ran out.
Oh, I get it.
And we're going to be running towards break. And when we come back, we'll have some highlights for you, our halftime presentation, but we're going to take a little breather now. Danville 46-0 over Frankfort at halftime as we are under the Friday night lights here on the Hot Dog Network.
Welcome to Trinity Hope Center. Here we are actively engaged in our recovery community with a multitude of activities including peer recovery coaching, a full computer lab, grief groups, relapse prevention, pre- and postnatal support group, educational workshops for family members with addicted loved ones, expungent workshops, parent cafes, Saturday pro-social activities, recovery walk club, book club, and even video game nights. For more information, give us a call at 765-250-1845.
Hi there, I'm Jake Query.
And I'm Derek Schultz.
And we do Query and Schultz on ISC Sports Network. And Derek, unlike Ted Lasso, we have a third season.
That's right. Season number 3 right now, ISCSportsNetwork.com. You can see episodes on Comcast 81 as well, Mondays at 7:30. I'm talking about our show, Jake, this beloved show that people tune into every single week. Twitter, Twitch, YouTube, Facebook, so many ways to watch Query and Schultz every Monday, 7:30. Tune in and hang out with us.
And you don't have to be a goldfish. You'll remember everything we say.
Frankfort Eagles 976, serving with the community since 1905. With over 900 members locally, Frankfort Eagles offers something for everyone. Golf leagues, bingo, concerts, kid parties, cookouts, and more. For more information on who we are and what we do, visit FOE.com or stop by Frankfort Eagles at 408 North Main Street, Frankfort, Indiana.
Meet Henry. Henry is hip. Henry loves the new Mintel TV streaming app. And check out Helen. With features like Cloud DVR, Restart, and Look Back TV, Helen never misses her favorite shows. And this is Bob. Bob can't contain his excitement for the new Mintel TV streaming app. Bob is proving that you actually can teach an old dog new tricks. What do you say, Bob? Does the Mintel TV app get a thumbs up? All right, Bobby-o. Mintel TV, the next generation of awesome. Upgrade today.
Some see a student athlete working hard in the weight room. We see a future leader learning there are no shortcuts to success. Some see a start to a swim meet. We see the starting blocks for life. Proud to keep education in front of athletics since 1903. This is your IHSAA. This is your state. This is your high school. This is your athletic association.
Fans, I'm IHSAA Commissioner Paul Knighty, and we're here to make sure that all of this remains yours.
This is your state. This is your community. This is your IHSAA.
Healthy Communities of Clinton County is committed to reduce the risk factors contributing to chronic disease, including health disparities by decreasing stigma and encouraging positive changes. HCCC is here for the community with systems of care navigators, insurance assistance, prenatal classes, mental health programs, substance use prevention, and more. To help make the healthy choice the easy choice, contact us at 659-6063 or through our website, healthyclintoncounty.org.
Frankfort Eagles 976 has bingo every Wednesday night. Early birds beginning at 6 p.m. and regular bingo starting at 7 p.m. Packets are $25 and includes every game you need to play. They also have Saturday bingo the first Saturday of every month, with early birds starting at 4 p.m. and regular bingo starting at 5 p.m. Big game payouts each game with 3 to 4 chances to win different jackpot games each day. Great for individuals or groups because everyone enjoys winning lots of money. You must be 18 years or older to play.
For the ultimate Wi-Fi experience, you need a managed Wi-Fi service with advanced Blast Wi-Fi. Blast Wi-Fi systems provide ultimate coverage, ultimate performance, and ultimate power all the time. Available from Mulberry Telecommunications, Blast Wi-Fi systems feature the latest Wi-Fi 6 technology and are equipped with unrivaled bandwidth and 4 times more simultaneous connections so you can connect tons of devices throughout your home with no lag and no downtime. Plus, with 24/7 support and remote troubleshooting, you can rest assured that Mulberry Telecommunications is always here to help you should any issues arise. It's the ultimate Wi-Fi experience, and it's a blast. Blast Wi-Fi is now included with Mulberry Telecommunications fiber internet packages. Contact Mulberry Telecommunications at 296-2885 today to get started.
I brought you a present. A book.
Follow the adventures of the Ardente Dental team as they fight cavities, gum disease, and create beautiful, healthy smiles.
Inconceivable. Hello, my name is Dr. Snyder. You cause cavities. Prepare to die. Inconceivable. To make your smile look straight and fine, our braces per month are just $1.99. Inconceivable.
You keep using that word, I do not think it means what you think it means.
Have fun at Ardente Dental.
Welcome to Trinity Hope Center. Here we are actively engaged in our recovery community with a multitude of activities including peer recovery coaching, a full computer lab, grief groups, relapse prevention, pre- and postnatal support group, educational workshops for family members with addicted loved ones, expungent workshops, parent cafes, Saturday pro-social activities, recovery walk club, book club, and even video game nights. For more information, give us a call at 765-250-1845.
Some see a student athlete working on a shot. We see a powerful lesson in persistence. Some see a student preparing for success on an exam. We see a student athlete preparing for success in life. Proud to keep education in front of athletics since 1903.
The Command IQ app helps me manage the Wi-Fi in every room of the house however I want. Like this room, where my wife talks to her friends in her book club every week. She's my best friend.
Time out. Have you seen the abs on the latest Bachelor? My husband used to have abs, but now he just has flabs. I don't know. Now, he says he works out, but I think...
It's not a book club meeting, it's a make fun of me meeting. Well, what happens in book club doesn't always stay in book club. So?
Oh. Darla? Honey, my Wi-Fi is down. That never happens.
Well, that's strange. Well, we'll see if we can get someone to come fix it next month.
Okay, but what am I supposed to do about book club?
I don't know. Maybe read a book? Command IQ, you're my new best friend.
Some people see a huddle in the locker room. We see a second classroom. Some see a student athlete on the court. We see a future leader in the community. You see, high school sports in Indiana are special. That's because they're about learning and growing, not just winning and losing. Fans, I'm Commissioner Paul Neidig. Support education-based athletics in Indiana by buying a ticket to your high school's next athletic event.
Frankfort Eagles 976 has bingo every Wednesday night. Early birds beginning at 6 p.m. and regular bingo starting at 7 p.m. Packets are $25 and includes every game you need to play. They also have Saturday bingo the first Saturday of every month, with early birds starting at 4 p.m. and regular bingo starting at 5 p.m. Big game payouts each game with 3 to 4 chances to win different jackpot games each day. Great for individuals or groups because everyone enjoys winning lots of money. You must be 18 years or older to play.
Many communities in rural America are often overlooked as underserved. These communities are being left behind due to lack of internet and access to state-of-the-art technology. That's why Mulberry Telecommunications provides rural broadband services and technology and is growing their presence in north central Indiana. Because every community deserves infrastructure and beyond. To learn more, contact us today.
Some see a student athlete working hard in the weight room. We see a future leader learning there are no shortcuts to success. Some see a start to a swim meet. We see the starting blocks for life. Proud to keep education in front of athletics since 1903.
Welcome to Trinity Hope Center. Here we are actively engaged in our recovery community with a multitude of activities including peer recovery coaching, a full computer lab, grief groups, relapse prevention, pre- and postnatal support group, educational workshops for family members with addicted loved ones, expungent workshops, parent cafes, Saturday pro-social activities, recovery walk club, book club, and even video game nights. For more information, give us a call at 765-250-1845.
Frankfort Eagles 976, serving with the community since 1905. With over 900 members locally, Frankfort Eagles offers something for everyone. Golf leagues, bingo, concerts, kid parties, cookouts, and more. For more information on who we are and what we do, visit FOE.com or stop by Frankfort Eagles at 408 North Main Street, Frankfort, Indiana.
Healthy Communities of Clinton County is committed to reduce the risk factors contributing to chronic disease, including health disparities by decreasing stigma and encouraging positive changes. HCCC is here for the community with systems of care navigators, insurance assistance, prenatal classes, mental health programs, substance use prevention, and more. To help make the healthy choice the easy choice, contact us at 659-6063 or through our website, healthyclintoncounty.org.
Mulberry Telecommunications is proud to announce the next generation in awesome, Mintel TV. With the Mintel TV streaming app, you aren't confined to just your TV, but you need two things: high-speed fiber internet from Mulberry Telecommunications and a Mintel TV subscription. Available on Roku, Fire TV, Apple TV, Android TV, and more, with features that include Cloud DVR, Restart TV, look-back options, and pause live TV. Mintel TV is definitely the next generation of awesome. Current customers, call 765-296-2885 for your free upgrade. New customers, visit Mintel.net to sign up today.
Healthy Communities of Clinton County is committed to reduce the risk factors contributing to chronic disease, including health disparities by decreasing stigma and encouraging positive changes. HCCC is here for the community with systems of care navigators, insurance assistance, prenatal classes, mental health programs, substance use prevention, and more. To help make the healthy choice the easy choice, contact us at 659-6063 or through our website, healthyclintoncounty.org.
Welcome to Trinity Hope Center. Here we are actively engaged in our recovery community with a multitude of activities including peer recovery coaching, a full computer lab, grief groups, relapse prevention, pre- and postnatal support group, educational workshops for family members with addicted loved ones, expungent workshops, parent cafes, Saturday pro-social activities, recovery walk club, book club, and even video game nights. For more information, give us a call at 765-250-1845.
Look at that beautiful harvest moon. Danville leads Frankfort at the half, 46-0. This is the Day and Genda Funeral Homes halftime show, putting family first. First segment here, Bob. What are your thoughts on the first half?
You know what? The tough part was that Frankfort's coach Byers was concerned with the physicality of Danville, and it has shown up big time in the first half, both on offense and defense. You know, they've had time to throw, they've had holes to run, and on the flip side, Jonathan, Frankfort hasn't had room or time to do anything. There's a huge size disparity between the offensive and defensive lines of the two schools.
And you can see on some of these highlights how quick that Danville defense is moving, too.
Yeah, and they're basically sitting in a 4-4. They've only blitzed a couple times, but the penetration, the four down linemen have gotten have been impressive throughout the first half. And if you look at the skill positions, the receivers for Danville, they've gone up and climbed the ladder and picked up some nice catches. Young man tight-roped into the end zone right in front of us, and I believe that was in the first quarter.
This is one of the nice moves by Caden Collins. Danville outgained Frankfort in the first half, 249 to -20. Danville rushing has sacks included -45 on the ground. Hard to do much of anything if that Danville front is just continually in the backfield.
Yeah, like I said earlier, Danville came into the game with 18 sacks, and I'm sure they have, 2, 3, 4 tonight. But another thing that's been tough for Frankfort is several of their snaps have rolled back to the quarterback. So that young man back there has not only not had time when he's got good snaps, he's been struggling to find the ball on the ground as well.
We'll be back for more in a little bit from Frankfort, Indiana. Hot Dogs trail Danville 46-0 at the break.
Why are interscholastic sports called the last classroom of the day? Because they teach students important life lessons like teamwork, accountability, and perseverance. School sports are so much more than a game. They're about developing the whole person. That's why they're an essential part of every student's education.
Encourage your student to participate in the last classroom of the day. Interscholastic sports in Indiana. This message presented by the IHSAA and the Indiana Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
Running a small business. Your hands are full. We can help. FiberHawk partners with local companies by providing business class internet, phone, TV, and customized bundles to meet your needs. Our fiber-powered system delivers reliable speed with enhanced security. Running a business is tough. Contact FiberHawk today and let our expert team give you a hand.
Hi there, I'm Jake Query.
And I'm Derek Schultz.
And we do Query and Schultz on ISC Sports Network. And Derek, unlike Ted Lasso, we have a third season.
That's right. Season number 3 right now, ISCSportsNetwork.com. You can see episodes on Comcast 81 as well, Mondays at 7:30. I'm talking about our show, Jake, this beloved show that people tune into every single week. Twitter, Twitch, YouTube, Facebook, so many ways to watch Query and Schultz every Monday, 7:30. Tune in and hang out with us.
And you don't have to be a goldfish. You'll remember everything we say.
This is your IHSAA. This is your state. This is your high school. This is your athletic association.
Fans, I'm IHSAA Commissioner Paul Knighty, and we're here to make sure that all of this remains yours.
This is your state. This is your community. This is your IHSAA.
Why are interscholastic sports called the last classroom of the day? Because they teach students important life lessons like teamwork, accountability, and perseverance. School sports are so much more than a game. They're about developing the whole person. That's why they're an essential part of every student's education.
Encourage your student to participate in the last classroom of the day. Interscholastic sports in Indiana. This message presented by the IHSAA and the Indiana Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
I brought you a present. A book.
Follow the adventures of the Ardente Dental team as they fight cavities, gum disease, and create beautiful, healthy smiles.
Inconceivable! Hello, my name is Dr. Snyder. You cause cavities. Prepare to die. Inconceivable!
To make your smile look straight and fine, our braces per month are just $1.99.
Inconceivable!
You keep using that word, I do not think it means what you think it means.
Have fun at Ardente Dental.
Some see a student athlete working on a shot. We see a powerful lesson in persistence. Some see a student preparing for success on an exam. We see a student athlete preparing for success in life. Proud to keep education in front of athletics since 1903.
Healthy Communities of Clinton County is committed to reduce the risk factors contributing to chronic disease, including health disparities by decreasing stigma and encouraging positive changes. HCCC is here for the community with systems of care navigators, insurance assistance, prenatal classes, mental health programs, substance use prevention, and more. To help make the healthy choice the easy choice, contact us at 659-6063 or through our website, healthyclintoncounty.org.
Frankfort Eagles 976 has bingo every Wednesday night. Early birds beginning at 6 p.m. and regular bingo starting at 7 p.m. Packets are $25 and includes every game you need to play. They also have Saturday bingo the first Saturday of every month, with early birds starting at 4 p.m. and regular bingo starting at 5 p.m. Big game payouts each game with 3 to 4 chances to win different jackpot games each day. Great for individuals or groups because everyone enjoys winning lots of money. You must be 18 years or older to play.
Sometimes it's tough being a dad. Kids grow up fast. Hey, girls. Oh, love it.
Dad, what are you doing?
I'm TikToking.
Is he serious?
Don't even want me around anymore. You know when I first started noticing it? When I stopped getting hugs. Hugs mean a lot to a dad. So, with Command IQ, I found a way to get the hugs back. Watch.
Dad, the Wi-Fi is down.
Oh, let me see if I can fix it.
It's back. Thanks, Dad. You're the best.
With Command IQ, you can bring the hugs back.
Welcome back to the Dave and Genda Funeral Home halftime show, putting family first. Some scores for you from around the area. Hamilton Heights is beating Tipton 29-0. Clinton Prairie over Taylor 48-0. Western Boone over Southmont 16-0. Westfield over Avon at the moment 14-7. Lebanon 14. Crawfordsville Zilch. Heritage Christian and LaPel, that's actually a close game, 15-14. Ben Davis over Carmel 7-0. Carroll over Clinton Central 37-6. McConaughey and Cass are tied at 16. Fishers and Franklin Central are close, 22-13. Cathedral 28. LaSalle from Ohio, I think, is 28-6. Center Grove's Killing Pike 41-7, and my poor Zionsville Eagles not doing great. Brownsburg leads them 43-14. So as we get ready for the second half, Bob, and I hope you enjoyed, by the way, the Fiber Fast halftime highlights we showed last segment. What do you want to see in this second half for both these teams? I know the clock will be running, but there's still coachable moments out there.
Yeah, you're going to see a lot of kids that get the opportunity to play tonight. So some kids that don't play on Friday nights will have that opportunity, especially for Danville. I know one of the things that Coach Comer was concerned about would they have high energy because it was a long road trip. Well, they put up 46 points in the first half, so I think their energy level is fine. They've been able to protect the ball, and I would see them run the ball more in the second half to give their ball carriers a little bit more opportunity. From Frankfort's standpoint, I'm guessing they're still going to give Dennis Barkley some reps. Hopefully he can complete some passes. Maybe they can get a little bit of the ground game going, because they have a nice size back in this Caleb Boggs. He almost broke 1 or 2 in the first half. So hopefully these youngsters that get the opportunity to play that typically don't play on a Friday night will have some fun.
Get ready for the start of the third quarter. So, Bob, let's recap. The running clock rules are what?
The clock will start on the kickoff, and the only time it will stop will be after the point after touchdown if somebody scores, or a timeout. Other than that, the clock will run for 12 minutes in the third quarter. Well, obviously it'll stop at the end of the third quarter and stop at the end of the game. So the clock will run really fast, and you'll see kids try to get in off and on the field rather quickly, but you'll be surprised at how quick this clock runs.
This little dribbler out of bounds, and Frankfort will start the second half with ideal field possession. FiberHawk now available. FiberHawk fiber internet, super fast speeds, no more buffering. Perfect for all sizes of business. FiberHawk offers every speed to meet your internet needs. For more on offerings and availability, go to fiberhawk.com or call 765-922-HAWK. Fast, affordable FiberHawk.
You know, I don't know if that was a squib kick or he missed it. I wasn't sure who kicked off. But Frankfort has the best field position all night at midfield.
They do. We'll see what the Hot Dogs can muster here in the second half. Dennis Barkley, the 5'10 sophomore quarterback. What they love about him, Coach Byers, great attitude, great demeanor. Stays positive, and even when the snap doesn't go.
You know what? I think that's the same play they started the game with. The center didn't snap the ball, and everybody else moved. So maybe that's their first play for the start of both halves. That's been only 2 penalties of the game.
Oh, it was Danville. He pointed to Danville. So it was.
Oh, my mistake.
It was mine too. So 5 bonus yards. So 1st and 5 for Frankfort.
Well, now the penalties are even, 5 yards apiece.
Yeah, there haven't been many. They've been well balanced. By the way, a homecoming queen crowned at halftime. Big man on campus was Doug Wood, the football player, basketball player extraordinaire. Here's Boggs battling forward. He is forced back, but he's close to a first down. And we gain a 4 on the play.
He should have some success running against this smaller Danville unit. The size difference between the first and second team for Danville on the line is very big.
That was a beautiful moon. I know it's a little bit above our camera shot, but falls here.
It's pretty.
Second and 2 after the gain of 3. Barkley keeps it himself. He has a first down, and he scampers out of bounds.
That was a nice quarterback draw. They tried to run that in the first half, and it was stuffed for, I think, no gain or a yard or 2 lost. But this youngster has battled all night. There you go. There's your moon.
There it is.
There you go.
Soaring high like the Frankfort Eagles 976. Tonight's game is brought to you by Frankfort Eagles 976. Serving the community since 1905 with over 900 members locally, Frankfort Eagles offer something for everyone. For more information on who they are and what they do, visit FOE.com. Another run up the middle, pushing the pile. Where you can also stop by Frankfort Eagles at 408 North Main Street in Frankfort. Gain of 5 on the play. Gain of 2.
You know what?
Gain of 2 on the play.
That is their nose guard, Jackson Woods. They carried that ball from the fullback position.
A little up back. Second down and 8. That clock true to form, trickling. A low roller. Here's Lalo Castillo on the outside. He has a move down the near sideline. Runs through a man, runs over another. Good gain for Frankfort. Picked up 14 on the play.
Boy, this kid just battles. You would want him in your foxhole.
He competes the entire time. 1st and 10 for Frankfort. By the way, Bob, you foxholes on this date in 1789, Department of War established the regular army. First time. So there's the foxholes. They had the militia before that, but first time with the regular army on this date, 1789, trying to fight forward.
Oh, goodness.
And lost the ball. That was Jackson Woods on the carry, and his Danville football. Break this down, Bob.
Well, I'm not sure how experienced a ball carrier he is, but that ball wrapped right around him and fell out, and there's four Danville kids there ready to pounce on it. But he gained a couple 3 yards and just lost control.
Tonight's game brought to you by Day and Genda's Funeral Home, where they believe in putting family first. As active members in the community, they know that when dealing with loss, seeing a familiar face and being treated like family is important. Dan Genda Funeral Home will serve you, your family in a unique and loving way, provide the care you need. For more information and services, visit Day and Genda Funeral Homes that they offer. Please visit dayandgenda.com.
One of the assistant coaches for Frankfort took that opportunity to put his arm around that young man when he came to the sideline and show him, how to put two hands on the ball when you're in traffic. And unfortunately, it got stripped away, and now Danville's got the ball on their 22-yard line. What we got, 2nd and 9?
Second and 9. You're right. Drew Rector began playing late in that second quarter, hands it off to Hood. Works it across the 25-yard line. Nice gain on the play by Dalton Hood.
Let's see if they keep the ball on the ground here.
It's a gain of 4. 3rd and 5 for Danville. Looking for a second straight victory here tonight. A little high, but reined in.
Yeah, I believe it's going to be 4th and 1 maybe. Or did I give him the first down?
Cole Stafford on the catch, a junior, 6'2".
Oh, they're giving him the first down. That's a good spot for Danville. I would have thought that had been 4th and short, but I'm not wearing a striped shirt tonight, Jonathan.
No, you're wearing. Well, you have a horizontal striped shirt.
Yeah, there you go.
Wrong stripes. 5 minutes to go, third quarter. Warriors on the hunt. Rector. Here's Hood. And he's going nowhere. Might have lost a yard on the play or a couple.
You know what's tough in a game like this, whether you're on Danville's side or Frankfort side, is you see the kids out there competing, and you see the kids of both teams helping each other up. So some good sportsmanship going on out there, which is always good to see, whatever level, but especially at the high school level.
Oh, for sure. 2nd down and long for Danville. Drew Rector getting some valuable minutes on the field here. The sophomore pitched out to Hood. Hood's in trouble, and he's going down. Angel Del Toro on the stop. The junior, sometimes wide receiver, now playing in that box 7.
Yeah, he fought off a nice block there and made the tackle, and I think that was probably a loss of a few yards.
Yeah, he lost a couple. Well, they put in the air with Rector here. Got 4 wide receivers, Danville does. Gives it a heave, and it's incomplete. I think Angel Del Toro might have slowed him down a tad, but they played it on.
Looked like a little bit of an arm lock there, but what can I say?
4th down for Danville. Could this be one of those pooch punt type situations, or Danville just getting the experience?
I think Danville's going to go for it here. 4th and 14 on their own 26-yard line.
Move the pocket. It's long enough. He catch that?
I believe so.
He did.
That was a difficult pass. That youngster going to his left, squared up his shoulders, and threw a nice pass down the sideline, and the kid did a great job of getting his feet down in bounds.
That was Carson Corwin. Snagged that one, the second catch of the game. His first catch, Bob, was for 16. That one went for 17, and the clock moves on, as does this Danville drive. Pitch around. There's Stafford, and down goes Stafford. Josh Ortiz in on that tackle.
That's one of the best gang tackles by the Frankfort defense tonight. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 kids got their helmet on the ball carrier,
including Castillo.
It's nice we highlighted him as our player of the game for Frankfort before the game. Somebody guessed right.
Yeah, it was a great job by Richard Slee. Rector, first down. Little pitch and catch to Zane Reinhardt, the 5'7" junior.
I'm guessing this is not the first time this year that Castillo's been the player of the game.
He plays hard, still out there. Buck 15 left here in the third quarter. Little pitch out to Hood. He's got some room on that far side. Took a big lick. Kept motoring out of bounds. Good gain, though.
You notice how that corner came off his coverage when he saw the end run? Made a nice hit and knocked the young man out of bounds.
That was Dennis Barkley, the quarterback. Part-time quarterback, part-time defensive back.
I think full-time at both.
Full-time football player. 30 seconds to go in the third quarter, and Rector nowhere to go. Stephen Colby bursts through the line and gets the sack.
Stephen Colby and number 55, Jackson Woods.
Yeah, Jackson's back in the ball game at his more familiar position, nose tackle, and he did a great job there.
Oh, redemption for Jackson.
I think that's their first sack of the night.
I think you're right. And I'll tell you what's coming up next, Bob. Fourth quarter.
The running clock is very, very fast.
It zooms along, and we're going to the fourth. 46-0 Danville. Going to the fourth quarter on the Hot Dog Network.
The offensive source in this quarter. Brady, hello, has the first down.
Smith tracks it down. Shot at the buzzer.
He cuts it back. Can he get to the goal line? Stankham looks for his man and fell from the seat of his pants. Makes the grab. Johnson gets by that first wave. Bounces it outside. Johnson into the end zone. Touchdown, Lawrence Central.
Some see a student athlete working hard in the weight room. We see a future leader learning there are no shortcuts to success. Some see a start to a swim meet. We see the starting blocks for life. Proud to keep education in front of athletics since 1903.
Welcome to the fourth quarter. All Danville tonight, 46-0. Frankfort has now, that last drive, Bob, moved Frankfort into positive yardage for the evening. Danville, they have just looked so good tonight.
Yeah, it's been a little bit of a mismatch at the line of scrimmage, and I know I've mentioned that a couple times, but I think the size and the physical nature of Danville just wore on this Frankfort team, both on the offense and defense.
And a handoff on a little quick stab. Didn't get much. Mason Shipley was playing quarterback there with the normal quarterback number 39.
Run by number 39, Mason Shipley. Loss of 2 on the play.
Fourth down.
4th down.
I think we've only seen 2 or 3 punts tonight. These teams both have gone for it numerous times on 4th down, whether it's 4th and 1, 2, or 4th and 25. Now it's 4th and 16. I think they have too many men in the backfield.
We'll see. They're going to roll around the outside, and what a play, Lalo Castillo. Blown up.
I don't know where his plans are, but if I was a college coach somewhere, he would be on my team.
Ardente Dental offers high-tech dentistry with a personal touch, whether you're a brand new patient or have been with us for years. Bob, we're here to serve you. Give us a call at 765-654-7222 or visit us online at ardentedental.com. Ardente Dental, we bring smiles to life, which I think is both impressive and a little terrifying if your smile just became alive like some Disney character. You know, can talk.
Yeah, all I know is Danville is smiling a little bit tonight.
Now they're feeling good, and timeout on the field.
You know what? That timeout was because we have so many non-starters in the ballgame, Jonathan, that I think teams are struggling to have all 11 players on the field at the same time.
Healthy Communities of Clinton County. Got it. I got it that time. The coalition is committed to reducing the risk factors contributing to chronic disease, including health disparities by decreasing stigma and encouraging policy, system, and environmental changes. The vision of Healthy Communities is to make the healthy choice the easy choice. For more information, visit healthyclintoncounty.com. But I think your point's right. You have different players out there. It can be, sometimes you need to take a little breather and like, hang on. You got to make sure everybody's all lined up and doing the basics.
Well, I imagine some of these youngsters are typically playing JV, and tonight they're both teams are getting the opportunity to play on Friday night, which is fun for these youngsters.
Another carry for Jackson Woods. He hangs on to it, is thrown backwards, but I think he got a yard.
Well, if you notice, he had both arms wrapped tightly around that ball, just like his coach told him after his last fumble.
Second down and 9. Inside 10 minutes to play. Always special, even though the score is one-sided, to see all those helmets, everything aglow here in the Friday night. Dropped snap. Barkley trying to make something out of it. Got it across the 40. He did so. Got a 3-yard gain on the play.
I would think that that might be something that would help them immensely. Him hanging on to snaps and the snaps getting back to him. But I think he's just a bit jittery, wondering if the snap is going to come back in the correct position because of how many have rolled back to him tonight.
That's something you just need to have complete confidence in, right? It needs to be something that you just second nature almost. Looking deep for Castillo, but instead that pass is picked off by Luke Howard, the senior for Danville. He had a beat on that, Bob, and read it the whole way.
Well, I don't know if we can catch it, but if you look at the quarterback, he's not getting any forward motion. Everything's off the back foot. And that's tough to throw a ball over the middle like that.
It's the level of timing that you need for it. there's certain throws in football that when you see one going deep down the field, that obviously is long, but I think it's not as difficult as some of these ones into the alley, these quick hitters where it has to go laterally a long distance, and you have to put a lot of zip on that ball.
Yeah, if you're late over the middle, typically it's a deflection or interception.
There's just so many players in the way. As Shipley stays at quarterback, they hand up the middle and thumped down by the Wizard, Evans Machora. He's the man behind the curtain.
Yeah.
There he is. FiberHawk now available. FiberHawk fiber internet, super fast speeds, no more buffering, Bob. Perfect for all sizes of business. FiberHawk offers every speed to meet your internet needs. For more on offerings and availability, go to fiberhawk.com. 765-922-HAWK. Fast, affordable FiberHawk. It's a quickly moving here. I think FiberHawk has every speed you need except for slow. If you called and said, hey, do you have slow internet? They would say, no. Our tagline specifically says fast.
Well, the clock in the second half could be FiberHawk because it's been fast.
It has.
Second down.
Second down and 8. Did you know, Bob, on this date in 2000, Remember the Titans was released?
No, I've seen that one.
See,
I'm one for three. I'm one for three.
It was 23 years ago, but I'm glad you made it. Working on the outside, laying the Thunder along that outside line, running hard.
What a great tackle by Burge. Burge has played a good ball game. He's been out there the whole time.
Fourth down and 8. Burge getting his arm checked out. But, I mean, if you can't really, the quintessential football movies, Rudy is up there. Yeah. Remember the Titans, for me, that's one of the tip tops.
I hope Burge is okay. His arm is hanging a little bit there.
Rather violent collision as they hand it to the up back. Dan, no, yes, they do. It was... No correction. They fooled everybody. It was kept.
The only people they didn't fool was Frankfort, and Frankfort turned the ball over on downs.
Those are the ones that matter.
Yeah.
Frankfort football. Here's another one for you, Bob. Here's a football-related historical moment. In 1985, the Houston Oilers, by the way, great uniforms for the Oilers. Warren Moon was sacked 12 times in a game by the Dallas Cowboys, which was then the record in the NFL. 12 sacks.
Warren Moon had one of the prettiest spirals for a pass in the history of passers that I've ever seen.
And those Oilers teams, they would fling it.
Yeah.
There's Barkley. Boggs trying to back his way forward and gets it to about the 30. By the way, picked up 3. Bum Phillips is his birthday today. Who's one of the coaches of those Warrior teams. That puts Boggs into positive rushing territory for the day. Is tough sledding inside against that Danville front.
You wonder if Coach Byers is trying Jackson Woods here in the second half for maybe the upcoming tournament for a 2-point conversion or something, or just to have teams have something else to look at on film.
That's a good point. Kept by Barkley, showing some speed near side. He's across the 20-yard line and down to the 19 with 4:19 to go. 11 yards for Barkley.
Well, you got to give Frankfort credit. They're still out there plugging away. They're helping each other up, and you can see that Coach Byers has built a nice chemistry amongst the kids.
Inside 4 minutes to play in the game. And a timeout called. Let's just talk about, hey, I got a couple other football-related historical things. There's a lot of stuff that happened in September 29th.
Fire away.
In football.
So I'm familiar with some of the stuff. I know Bum. I know Warren.
You do.
Remember the Titans. I'm 3 for 5.
There was one really great wide receiver. Let's see if you can guess this. for the Detroit Lions. His birthday's today. He is now born in 85. So
Calvin Johnson.
Yes, his birthday's today.
4 for 6. 4 for 6. I'm going to Hall of Fame tonight, bud.
You are. He is too. He's already in.
Yeah.
And then
his nickname was Megatron.
Yeah, and he played like it.
Yes. Retired early because he got tired of losing.
It's like Barry Sanders.
Yeah.
Poor Lions. What a performance they had last night against the Packers.
Oh, my goodness.
Then another football-related birthday. This is from 71. He was my favorite cornerback ever to play for the Indianapolis Colts. It was in the mid-90s. He was a cornerback. He wore number 34.
Not Eugene Daniel.
After Eugene Daniel. Well, it might have been. It was after Eugene Daniel, I think.
Give me a minute.
Here's Barkley. Let you think about it. He's in huge trouble. He's going down. He slipped on the grass, and it's a loss on the play.
A cornerback for the Colts, number 34.
He was on the 95, the 94, 95 teams. He had an outstanding run, I felt. I was a little guy then, but I really a big fan of us. He went on, played in a Super Bowl for the Falcons.
Oh, I know, but I don't. Can't recall.
Give you the answer after this play. 2nd and 13.
Mobley.
Outside, Lalo Castillo slips a tackle, works it inside. Good play by Lalo. Got 10 on it. Look at this, just slippery.
Well, see if they can punch in. They got 3rd and 4 or 5 yards to go.
Yeah, 3rd and 4. Another dribbler. Boggs running through inside the 5.
I think they got a first down.
They did, from the ground to the 5. Ground and pound. It took 4 men to tackle him.
I would give it to that young man again.
He deserved it, right?
Up the left side.
Up the left side goes Boggs. Backs his way in. Touchdown, Hot Dogs.
Good for them. They kept battling all night.
And the light show for Boggs. You're not having any conniptions. That was by design.
Boy, that was good hard running by that young man on the last 2 plays.
Frankfort
okay,
I'm
gonna go a little quick pass to Castillo out here.
They screen it instead to Boggs, and he's in trouble fighting. He's fighting, but he's going to be short. So no good. It will be Frankfort. They're on the board. 1:35 to go, or 1:23 to go rather. 46-6. The player I was thinking of was Ray Buchanan.
Oh, okay. Big play Ray.
Big play Ray. Played at the University of Louisville. And then I thought he had a very good run with the Colts in the late 90s. It's also Steve Largen's birthday. A couple Seahawks, Largen and Tyler Lockett. Their birthdays are today.
Largen had a fabulous career.
I think sometimes, well, not sometimes, pretty easily overlooked west of east of the Mississippi. But his run in the Kingdom was legendary.
Jim Zorn threw him all those passes, right?
Yeah, made Zorn look really good. So Frankfort will kick it off with 1:23 remaining in the ball game. Next for Frankfort, they will host North Montgomery next week and then wrap it up on the road against winless Crawfordsville. Danville will host Webo and then go to North Montgomery. So North Montgomery will be playing both. They've been watching this game attentively, I'm sure. And it rolls out of bounds. So Danville will have ideal field position, but it'll only be about maybe one more snap.
I think there's maybe one more play.
So at the end of this game, we will have the player of the game. And you see Doug Wood, the big man on campus for 2023, multi-sport athlete. I wanted him out there playing quarterback too, but just how things have played out. And
yeah, both schools have some multi-sport athletes, which is good.
Shipley, what we think, last snap of the game, pitch around. Good run, nice stick.
Guess who made the tackle? Guess who made the tackle?
Lalo Castillo.
Guess who might be our player of the game? I shouldn't say anything. I'm sorry.
We don't want to tease the player of the game, but I think it's okay. I think they'll forgive us.
Oh my goodness.
With just 5 seconds to go, Danville does win 5-2. Are the Warriors? Frankfort falls to 1-6. Danville 46-6. The victors today. They extend their historical run over Danville. They are now 22-4-4 against Danville. They have now won 11 years in a row as Danville, and just an impressive performance by the Warriors.
Yeah, there's not much more to say other than how physically dominating Danville was, and they have some size, they have some speed, and Coach Comer has a good ball club. I know he's getting ready for the tournament here in a couple weeks, and they look to make some noise.
They played well today. That's kind of the main thing, or what they wanted to do is come out and have a solid effort. They delivered. Player of the game, by the by, the Frankfort Eagles Clinton County player of the game. Who else?
I'm sorry, I blew the surprise, but you know, after the way he played, I don't think it was much of a surprise. The poor kid, I don't believe he was on the sideline for one play tonight other than halftime.
He had 4 catches for 25 yards and several key plays, and he was ever present. Just an outstanding performance by Lalo Castillo. Congratulations for the Eagles Clinton County player of the game, Lalo Castillo. And on behalf of everyone here at the Hot Dog Network and ISC Sports Network, we want to thank you for joining us. Statistician Tom St. Amand, our color commentator from Bob Meslam. I'm Jonathan Mathis saying so long, and thanks for joining us for homecoming at Frankfort. Danville, the big winners tonight, 46-6 over the Hot Dogs. It was a pleasure to bring it to you under this beautiful harvest moon. So long, everyone.
Frankfort Eagles 976. Serving with the community since 1905. With over 900 members locally, Frankfort Eagles offers something for everyone. Golf leagues, bingo, concerts, kid parties, cookouts, and more. For more information on who we are and what we do, visit FOE.com or stop by Frankfort Eagles at 408 North Main Street, Frankfort, Indiana.